Welcome to a journey unlike any other. Whether you're here to learn, explore, or simply enjoy, you're in the right place. Get ready to discover something new, something inspiring. Let's begin. The Gate Beyond the Mountain. It was supposed to be just another adventure. A deep green jungle. A group of 7 researchers. A goal: to find traces of dinosaurs that once walked this ancient, untouched land. But for Sammy, it was more than a research mission. It was the pursuit of something deeper, something unknown. He was the youngest of the team, curious, brave, and unshakably in love with the thrill of discovery. The day had been long. The sun filtered through the canopy, scattering golden light on the mossy forest floor. The team had made some progress, a few bone fragments, unusual rocks, but nothing spectacular yet. That was until they found the mountain. It rose like a sleeping giant, dark and unmoving, in the heart of the jungle. It wasn't on any of their maps. But what truly caught their attention was the enormous cave mouth yawning open at its base. Unlike any natural formation they'd seen, it looked designed, man-made, or something else entirely. The team gathered at the entrance. Some hesitated. "It's too dark," said Mira, the lead geologist. "We don't know what's inside," added Dr. Yusuf. "But that's the point," Sammy grinned, eyes shining. "That's where discovery begins." Against their protests, he stepped forward. "I'll go alone," he said. "If anything happens, I'll yell. Just give me 20 minutes. They didn't like it. But Sammy's mind was made up. He clicked on his flashlight, tightened his backpack, and entered the darkness. The air inside was cold, unnaturally cold. The light from his torch flickered across ancient stone walls, covered in symbols that made no sense. The further he walked, the more the tunnel sloped downward. 10 minutes in, the light behind him was gone. He was completely alone. But he wasn't afraid. The path curved until it led to a vast underground chamber. At its center stood something entirely unexpected, a massive mirror. Its frame was carved from black stone, and it was mounted like a gate. But its surface didn't reflect. It shimmered, like water under moonlight. Sammy approached, breathing shallow. "What are you?" he whispered, raising his hand to touch it. The moment his fingers brushed the surface, the mirror pulsed. Something inside him stirred. Not fear. Excitement. He stepped back and picked up a nearby rock. With a quick swing, he threw it at the mirror. The impact shattered the surface. But instead of breaking into shards, the glass rippled and dissolved into light. Behind it, a doorway opened. A vortex of stars. Galaxies spun like leaves in wind. Sammy felt his body pulled forward, gravity bending, the air vibrating. And without thinking, without hesitation, he stepped through. It was like falling through a dream made of stars. Sammy saw suns being born, comets whispering past, moons bleeding light. He was flying through space and time, no longer tied to Earth or gravity. Then, everything went black. He awoke on soft ground. The sky above him was violet. 2 suns glowed on the horizon. The trees were glassy and humming. The air smelled like memories and moonlight. He sat up, dazed. This was not Earth. His heart pounded. But instead of fear, he felt a strange sense of belonging. Then he heard them. Shapes moved between the trees, glowing beings, tall and elegant, with translucent skin and flowing robes made of energy. They didn't speak, but Sammy heard their voices in his mind. "He has returned. The one we dreamed of. The Starborn." They approached gently. One of them, a female with colors shifting across her skin like waves, touched his forehead. Her name entered his mind without sound. Aelira. "You're home," she said. And everything changed. Over the next days, or what passed as days in this dimension, Sammy learned everything. This world wasn't just another planet. It was a parallel realm, existing outside Earth's time. The mirror had been a portal, a rare, ancient device placed thousands of years ago by the inhabitants of this world. They had waited generations for someone to come through it. For him, Sammy learned he wasn't fully human. Long ago, a part of his soul, a celestial essence, had been sent to Earth for safekeeping, hidden from a great evil, the Devourers, ancient beings that consumed stars, time, and memory. His arrival had awakened the realm's defenses, and his powers, dormant for so long, began to bloom. At first, it started with small things. He could move objects with a glance. Then he began to fly. Then he could bend light, mold sound, even stop time in a localized bubble. The beings taught him telepathic communication, a universal mind link powered by emotion and intention. He became one of them, and he loved it. He felt more alive than ever before. And then, the sky tore open. It began with a sound, a deep, cosmic bell. Then the stars flickered. A dark spiral appeared in the sky, and from it poured the Devourers, living voids, serpents of shadow, ships dripping in anti-light. They fell upon the realm like a plague. Sammy stood at the forefront of the defense. Clad in robes woven from energy, he soared into battle. His hands burned with light. His voice shook the ground. He wasn't fighting alone. The beings fought beside him, beings of thought and purity, but it was Sammy who turned the tide. He was more than a visitor. He was a warrior. He was their chosen. After a battle that seemed to last eternities, they prevailed. The Devourers were pushed back into the spiral, and the sky healed. The realm rejoiced. Aelira stood beside him, proud. The elders offered him the crown, not of rulership, but of guardianship. Sammy accepted. He stayed for 3 months. He watched their festivals, learned their songs, walked among stars and rivers made of memory. But Earth still pulled at him. "I have to go back," he told Aelira. She looked at him gently. Time flows differently there. 3 months here. Could be far more there. He nodded. "I need to see." She opened the mirror once more. And Sammy stepped through. He returned to the jungle cave. The air was colder, the mountain quieter. He ran outside, expecting to see his team, tents, laughter, the smell of campfire. Nothing. No signs of life. No equipment. No tracks. Just endless silence. He walked for hours until he reached a small settlement, one that hadn't existed before. It was unlike anything he'd seen. Hovering vehicles, transparent buildings, people with implants in their eyes and holographic clothes. He approached, confused, ragged, barefoot. "Where am I?" he asked a man at a glowing kiosk. The man blinked, scanned him. "You're not local. What year is it?" The man hesitated. "If you're asking by the old Earth calendar, it's year 3025. Sammy staggered back. 3 months for him. 1,000 years on Earth. The truth hit him slowly. Everyone he knew gone. His family. His friends. His world. He was a relic. A time traveler. A legend from a forgotten age. People began to hear his story. Some called him a liar. Others a prophet. But he didn't care. Because deep inside, he knew one thing. He had touched something eternal. He had seen what lies beyond the stars. And, perhaps, he wasn't done yet. He stared up at the night sky, unfamiliar, yet still beautiful. And he whispered to it, "I'll find a way back." The end. Thanks so much for being here. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting the channel by giving it a thumbs up, leaving a comment, and hitting that subscribe button. Your support means the world and helps us keep creating more content just for you. Until next time, take care, stay inspired, and keep shining.